hope you're doing great. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. I'm here with your morning brief, broadcasting just before noon on the West Coast, but this will apply for you wherever you are today. The download came in pretty thick, and then we'll read with this. We'll read some cards on this, but I read earlier and got some download. And this will be the drive. Your latest move is the longest Irish goodbye that ever landed. Your latest move has your op on their heels right now, deep in regret. Hi, welcome to the room. Oh, just Jody, nice to see you again. Nice to have you in the chat. If you're new to the channel here, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat and say hello. And let me know where you're visiting from. And big love. Thank you. And hit all of the emojis. Yes, thank you for the reminders. And that helps the algorithm pump the channel. You can make financial contributions right now through the Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot. I'm only on YouTube. We're trying to mature the channel. You can help doing that by subscribing, notify, share, and it's the number of hours that the channel plays is our next benchmark. We're about a third of the way there, and then we can start doing memberships. Let's see. So when you did this, whatever move that you just made just recently, it triggered a phase of hope and healing. What you did was you got in front of your op in a state of grace, or in a state of like you forgot yourself. It was just being yourself. And it has, in the last 24 hours, has triggered an empathy 1-2 punch to the heart chakra, a spiritual TENS unit double paddle, clear, poof, shock to the heart chakra. You may play at being a lighthearted exorcist, or being kind of, a light worker that shines and exposes the evil and the darkness. But the process has you resuscitating your op. We've been talking about this resistance with positivity in the spirit realm and pushing back into the darkness. When the darkness comes for you, stand there and shine. And you can't help but expose their weaknesses to them. So what's happened here, what I got with is a download of your op waking this morning with this mind-blowing, like, new perspective of, like, you slept on it, it processed, and they woke up with a renewed perspective. And what I got was going through like, oh, not just I just fucked up. See, they lost their chance. The emphasis was on their chance. Your op didn't wake up just with a new perspective, but they woke up with a sense of repentance. This deep regret was how they treated you, 333. But what they're processing now, and what really matters, what's proof that you triggered the empathy response, was that they're feeling before this, it was they lost their chance with you. And now they see that they've completely lost their chance. And now that's what's triggered the grief, because it's not their choice anymore, whether or not you get dropped or whether or not you're in their life. Now they don't have that chance anymore. They've completely lost access to you. And you're seeing by their actions right now how they regarded you was spiritual. You see by their actions now how they regarded you. They're seeing this for the first time was spiritual suicide. Because now you see this in their behavior as they are submitting fully to this experience. They're in almost a fearful mode of being like they thought they got away with something before, but they didn't know you. They weren't awake to your true power or whatever your light is. They just wrote you off as something familiar that they enjoy abusing. And you've come back into their view in your fullness Like you don't care anymore because you've separated yourself from them and you've come back in front of this op and they're seeing you after a period of time. And you don't have any polite masks. There's no, this is like, this is you when you go to the grocery store and you're dealing with total strangers. They don't get the benefit of having you tone it down, and they're realizing how much room you made for them. And they're realizing that both of you were in full view when they were acting like an ass and abusing you because they were treating you like just off the street. 555. So now it's like they got caught. They got caught by their own conscience, and they know they can't come to you and ask forgiveness because they know that the breach isn't a crime against you. It's a crime against the spirit. It's going to be karma. That's what they know. That's what they're feeling is, oh, fuck. I thought I was just having a hustle with the muggle. The price tag on that was not what it's like they peeled back the whole rest of the label after they got out the door with, I don't care what it costs. They thought they were getting away with a deal, something. And they got outside and they realized the rest of the label peeled off and there's like 3 more zeros at the end of that. And they're in. They're already committed. They've already committed the thing. They've already done the deed a long time ago. There's no recovering that. And they're realizing just how big of an impact that is going to hit. And so this empathy, it could stop there with them acting out now. But what it's done is it has, just by fortune or by some chance that they have just a wink of emotional development, have sussed out for themselves, or thought form has already been in front of them. And what they're seeing in their mind's eye now is not just you, but what they played you for, and how many other women they've played this way. And now they're seeing all of those women in this light of grace. Like, how many times has grace been put in front of me? And I've been, oh man, it's like they're waiting for dad to get home to paddle them. They're going to be eating their dinner from the mantelpiece. They know it's coming and they're submitting to it. There is this sense of submission, this tail between the legs. There is this recognition, like, I had no business, sense of repentance. And it's a sense of repentance has already begun. Self-reflection and expansion of empathy has already occurred. The transformation of you just existing in front of this person has created a like poof, clear poof. You didn't save this person. It's you being present in front of this person that exposed their shortcomings to them. Just you being in the room. Just how you are in your body, how you are in your presence, your authority of your sovereign mind. Just your self-awareness, your lack of need for interactive feedback, affirmation. Just you modeling that kind of spiritual independence and self-authority. So in that, on the back end of this, the second part of the download, I guess not near as long, is choose your battles wisely right now, because those are being presented to you now to test this authority. Every time we reach a new elevation, we get the back end exam levels. I'm being reminded, my church upbringing was, don't ever pray to God for patience because he'll test you till you learn it. Let's see. You can choose to fight and flail, trying to control right now someone else's response, someone else is acting out in front of you. And this is the challenge of authority. choosing your participation level, rising above the bait. Rising was on 1010. You can release control. This is the exercise of faith. We've just come out of a week of being tested in pride. Pride, you can submit to the better idea. You can submit to the ideal and the moral authority. You can remove yourself from having to be the one that had that great idea and admit that it came from someplace else. That pride has been released. So right now they're testing. Right now you're being tested on standing on your authority. And if you're going to abuse that authority, that's the test this week. Will you abuse the authority of yourself? Will you turn into a Karen and try to control everybody else, or will you recognize when you're being baited? You can release control and rest in the now. You don't have to submit to a higher being. You don't have to submit to Christ. You don't have to submit to God. You don't have to submit. This isn't a question about submitting. Truth and righteousness really doesn't ask you to submit. It will ask you to receive a gift. If you're in the right place, in the right mind, doing the right thing, you'll never feel that like, you can't oppress me. You can't oppress me. I will know when I have done wrong. And so our op in the last portion is presenting on their own humility. That's the difference between being shamed into submission and then honoring with submission. It's a gift we receive. You can't take and you can't make people do anything. So you have everything. You're being reminded you have everything you need within you right now already. You don't need to try to make somebody do something else. And the state of mind of being in the present moment is trusting that the state of mind will let you rest and make the correct decision when the time calls for it. If you're here now in the present moment, you can rest that when the occasion rises for you to have to make a decision, you have the capacity and the awareness and the presence of mind to be able to respond to that with intelligence and with authority of wisdom. And if you react at all, it's with the wisdom of generosity and wisdom of heart, using that heart chakra. That's what transforms things. And then if you're called to act, it'll be with the voice and with sharing the intelligence and with revealing yourself in your higher form. Do not be distracted by senseless affairs right now. This is the bait. If someone is talking crazy, misbehaving, acting out, behaving disjointedly to their words, behaving disjointedly to the pattern of their normal, cohesive, harmonious behavior, stop looking for a rational response. You're dealing with a demon that has taken that person by jealousy or by conspiracy or by some kind of trying this baiting. It's all that the spirit has. It's running out. It's this negative spirit, this challenging energy. It's running out of season. All it has is to try to turn your will. It hasn't been able to get you any other way. So stop looking for a rational response and turn your attention away. See the hazards, recognize a bad actor, and don't wait for cooperation. Don't cast your pearls before swine. 14:14. Some of you young folks, my young blood won't remember that. That's some old school stuff. I came up and, I was a kid in the 70s and I heard stuff from, my granny was already a Bible thumping Southern Baptist, and she came up when that shit was like ladies in polyester dresses and pantyhose and going to church with your hair up in curlers and shit. Hard shell Baptist. And that cast your pearls before swine meant don't take your jewelry off or your mama's hand-me-down, your your grandmother's necklace or whatever, your family jewels, and throw them in the mud in front of the pigs and expect the pigs to do anything but trample them in the dirt or eat them, or you're not getting them back. Don't throw your good stuff in front of people that's not going to appreciate it. 1515. So because you can see the hazards emanating from these bad actors, from these ops that are just being a persistent little pest is all it is, really. You can cover your guard and let these bad actors do whatever they're going to do, and give them enough rope to hang themselves. Let them continue doing this thing. What if it's going to, you know that's going to be there. Don't set yourself up in a codependent relationship of vengeance. Allow them to be able to just bite into nothing. If you have to be a nuisance by just your persistent presence, if that's your space that you're allowed to be in, then that's how you resist a bully. You occupy the space, and you have your freaking camera out, and you let them rail. Let them do whatever it is they're going to do, and just slowly back off and just let them keep coming at you. If they're going to keep coming at you, keep your camera on and just keep backing up, and let them show themselves, and let them show themselves to the world. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, just, again, your presence sometimes, most times, is the bait that draws evil to the surface. So just give them enough rope to hang themselves, and let them go away. Let these people leave away from you. Don't involve or wrap or welcome them into your mind or living rent free in your head. These are common pests. They have a season. Let them wear themselves out. Let them get bored of you. And then go about your business. All right. Thank you for joining me for the morning brief. That's the download for me for this day. The bait for you this coming into this next week of Lenten season temptations is the power exchange. A battle of wills. That's all this is. Pick your battles. Let these people act out and document, wear themselves out. And if it's going to persist after that and be a real problem, you now have documentation, and it takes a phone call and it goes away. And you've given these people all the room they needed to show everybody exactly who they are. You gave them enough room to hang themselves. It never was your problem. It was their problem. And however you can provide an opportunity for grace and healing, whatever that looks like, keep yourself safe in the process. Honey, I can love you, my enemy, but I can love you from way the fuck over there. I'm not going to let you keep me from loving you. I'm not going to let you hurt me until I can't do my job. I can love you from way the fuck over there. So in Buddhism, sometimes talks about loving your enemy, or picking the people that you don't know is the hardest to have compassion for, and then you work your way inward. People you don't know, people that you do know but you don't like, that's your enemy. It's easiest to have compassion for people that you already have an affinity for. We might get into a question or two here, but let's finish this download. It's wonderful to have such a full room. Hi, I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat and let me know where you're hailing from. This is a general read for the tribe, for my high vibe tribe. There is some, okay, folks, when you get into a power exchange battle, you're being reminded to elevate. And that's the first thing you got to do, because what comes on the heels of this power exchange, it's a double-edged sword with this power exchange over a battle of wills. Okay? It's a whiplash. It's like when you use a whip or you use a leather belt. When your mama said, oh, this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, she meant it, because every time that belt went across your backside, it flipped back with that whole tongue, and you can't help it. It's this logistics of the thing. It comes back and slaps you on the back of the hand. Just the tongue of that thing gives you a wallop on the back of the hand just as hard as you swing it. There's this whiplash that happens with this. It's going to come back in. Yeah, like a hurricane that blows one way, gets across, and then blows the other way. So when it comes in and you think you have beaten taking the bait, the next thing is it tries to recede back down the line. This is how we know they're running out of resources. It tries the next best thing that it still has any kind of go for. It's like being on your game, and your weapon is charged to 100% for the most powerful shot, but you got to wait to charge up for another shot. But this person doesn't want to go for a wait. They want to go ahead and take the next shot that's the next power down and try to hit you again when you're not looking. You got your back turned for a hot second because you just cleared this hurdle. So they're going to try to come in with another light shot that'll try to catch you when your back is turned and your armor is exposed. And that's going to be, jump back down the list of temptations. It's the pride of having won. They're going to try to bait you into a gloat. I'll take a moment to think about the spiritual weight and energy that gets wasted in the process of gloating. It's a parasitic attack. They hit you with the boom up front, dazzle you, go, ha, I didn't get me. But when they did that, they came in with the pop, and you're like, you still didn't get me. But that was like the sleeper dart, or the parasite dart. And that, and it's, and that sin of gloating, it's like a homunculus. Don't enjoy this too much. Don't enjoy this win too much. Don't be fooled into complacency. Because here it is, just Monday, right? They got the whole week. That can't possibly have been what they were after. That first blast fail shot. It's like a flashbang. That can't possibly be what they were after. So elevate. You don't need a reason to be happy. You don't need a reason to, I can't make this up, folks. Hot damn. And Leo is coming in with this assassin energy. They're waiting for you to lift your head up out of the cubby hole and think that they're waiting for you to be complacent and to gloat. Get a fat head, you're going to pick yourself up out of the foxhole. Sagittarius energy. Is that some being in the fields with some deep loyalty? No, they don't want you in the fields. They want you in this negativity, this gloating. That's a vengeance feed. It's syrupy, saccharine sweet. It'll rot your teeth trying to just gnaw on that piece of candy of, you call it candy, but it's just sugar-coated vengeance. Oh my gosh. Oh, stop. I can't. Oh. So you've got this dark Virgo combat coming in. And this is, when Virgo goes dark triad. So they want to fight. They're still trying to pick a fight. Somebody's trying to, there's this down low fight that's still going on. Not your heavenly angels here. This is not your best look. Vengeance is not a good look on anybody. It's slobbering at the mouth. A Karen with spittle, and yeah. Oh, stay out of there. I don't want no clowning. I don't want no clowning. It might look like clowning to you because you've already crossed over into another dimension, and you're looking at these things with just pure love because you've already discovered that you've got discovery that literally blasts all their efforts out of the water. That literally, like, you ever walked up to your damp sink and had a drop of toothpaste that hits the water on the porcelain and the water just goes, that's what it's given. Just one little drop of pure love. You've crossed over already. It used to be they couldn't touch you because you were protected. Now you are. 6 months ago, it wasn't like this. A year ago, it wasn't like this. 6 months ago, you were just figuring out that you were protected. A year ago, you were still terrified at what you were discovering to be true about being connected to spirit. A year before that, you were still railing at God for your suffering. And a year before that, you were pulling your head up out of the last and final trial. And this is where it brought you. And now you can see all that. Can't see it when you're in the middle of it. But because you are awake, because the code words are, whatever you do, don't go to sleep. Honey, I wasn't asleep before. Some of you may be mad at God for pushing you through a fight that didn't need to happen. Under the influence, there's a swap here, the Cancer energy. Like, my head was clean. I didn't need another trial to figure that shit out. Somebody else did. Somebody that was around you did. Somebody's the cavalry. Spirit has been treating you like the cavalry. Maybe that's why it's been so difficult. You're like, I already learned these lessons. Why are these people blowing up on me? Why is it blowing my shit up the way it is? Like, I had my shit together. I had all my shit done. And these people just flipped the script. Like, they lost their fucking minds and went off the rails, and I lost everything. But you're learning now that none of that, like, if you could have all that shit back, meh. Not because you have bad memories tied to it, but because different things you need different things now, and you no longer need things. You've gotten some different experience that's different. You've adopted a different place in the world. You've adopted a different identity about yourself. You've taken your place in the world is what happened. And you being your genuine self, you're realizing how much off script, and then again, double fold, how much is script. You thought you woke up, but you sure didn't need the distractions. But it was because you were being woken up again to another role. You qualified for a different spiritual experience, or you got some kind of upgrade. You cracked a broken coven just by you being your natural self. You keep upgrading because every time these broken entities come at you since you were a child, every time they come at you, they fall on their face. They fail. It may damage you. You got the battle wounds. You got the scars. But to you, it was just because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But no, these were you standing in the way of evil taking you over. And it just all, at best, It's burning off the chaff that had attached itself to you every time you get clarified. And you just keep decimating everything that is evil that comes in contact with you. It's less about you elevating as much as the environment around you. You evolve like I'm seeing like a video game of like a fantasy bubbly forest setting with little creatures, and it's all kind of fantasy cute, but it's in black and white. And as your little character goes through, it shines a little lantern, or it's got some kind of glow that as it walks through the little woodsy path, everything comes into color and unfolds and unfurls into its fullness and color. And it's this is what you look like on the spirit world, on the spirit realm. Oh my God. Here, there's something about like your spirit team was being your handler. Your spirit team felt like they had to take authority over you. This could have been a muggle agency that was just monitoring activity of people that seem to avoid disaster without trying, without explanation. They meant well. They meant well. They were trying to come at you with your pure love. But even they're admitting that they might have even been contributing to, like they thought they were managing this broken coven stuff coming at you. They really did. They really did. They have no idea how they lost control of that. Ha! I need to look up Cancer. So your backup just watched you do this thing with your op, turning your op inside out, just making your op like absolutely choke on their own sedition and their own wickedness, as they're trying to swallow their guilt, and they're finding out that they bit off a lot more than they could chew, messing with you, playing that game on a chosen one, on a light source, on a star child. What is that? Cancer. Cancer traits. Who is this? Who is this we're talking about? Intensely loyal, intense loyalty, imaginative, creativity, a tendency to be moody or private. Deep emotional intelligence, strong gut feelings, allowing them to sense the energy in the room. So this is, again, this is your warlock out of this broken coven, but this might have been actually a true coven we're talking about here. There's somebody that is in a true coven, because this, come on, stick to it. This is not a broken coven. This is a true coven. So this isn't a male and two broken women. This is 3 women that are practitioners. It could be 2. I'm getting that could also be cloaked in women who are. Now here's the agape love here. I was going to say it could be some people witchcrafting. It could be some people that are praying for you. What am I looking at here? Who is this that just came in? What is this? Who is this that just came in? Somebody interjected here. There is a group of people that are speaking on your name right now. It could be your op that's going back in. This could be your op that's now showing intense loyalty to you. As they process this experience through the day, you're going to feel this energy shifting. And they are they going to come to you and apologize? Well, I get that they're going to come to the person closest to them and make amends. And they're going to work their way outward. And you're going to be the last person in the chain from the last time you saw them to whoever they're dealing with now. They're going to make their way back because they're a serial monogamous. This person just burns through people relying on them or loving them. Yeah, somebody that does a lot of clowning with their affection. And they're going to want to come in and be part of your spirit team now. They're talking, they're developing a team framework. So as they're going back and healing, like if this is a dude and they're going back and healing with women they've been involved with and have been neglecting, they're realizing what they're considering now, what that looks like on the other side, and who these women were hiding of themselves because our op was putting out this usury energy. Well, maybe the people were responding in kind. That's what they're starting to get, because they know who they are. They know how they do people. And they've been using people responding to them in kind as justification to keep doing it. No, man, I'll give you the energy you give back to me. And if you're cute or I think you're down, all right. But no. And that shit don't sustain because I know what you're doing. I'm not going to look for anything else off of you. Yeah, I'm not going in to cooperate or to like accommodate. I'm gonna get with you. I can meet you. I'll match you. I'll throw down. Yeah, we can go into non-star seed combat right here, right now. We can play this. We can play this. I can pretend to hate you while we can go have a relationship on angry sex. Sure, whatever. If that's okay. I don't know. But release from attachment here. Yeah. So also what's happening to your op is that they can't op anymore. You broke their game. Oh. You broke their game. You broke their game. They can't do it with a straight face. They see themselves now. They can't. Somebody just grew the fuck up. Look at that. Good job. Good job. Good job. So now you don't get to gloat, my tribe. You don't get to pat these people on the back. That's how you will ruin it. I know you want these people to heal, but you have to maintain that release from attachment. This earth angel energy you've got. Remember, you are still dealing with not pouring your pearls before swine. You were talking about a dangerous op that has just now had the first inkling of the trigger of empathy and the heart shock waking up for the first time. This is a novice. And you know how much tragedy that has left this person uprooting and tearing out and restructuring their entire life over the next 18 months. Shit, I don't want to be anywhere near that going off. I've done my work. Thank you, no. Go through a chakra meditation. That's what happened. Now they are hungry for the spirit. They don't know it's spirit yet. They're hungry for the freedom they feel. They're in the fields. I can't. It's a non-earth angel in the fields. They're nowhere near This person is not this op as much as you have had them in your life, have want them to be that flash. See, that's where you maybe are able to, that's where the seer in you confuses you, because you'll see a person and you can see their true form as it was intended. That's why you are so shocked whenever you spend a couple 6 to 8 weeks, 12, 20 weeks with somebody and figure out they're completely eaten up with demonic parasite. And then you feel bad because it's like, man, they're so chewed up, but it's like a squirrel with the mange. It's like a squirrel with the what do you call it? Wolves. Little wolves up under the skin, or a dog with mange. That's the person going, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You might have somebody that's just continuous with a substance abuse. Can't give something up. Something about they've had to step outside of the family norm. The community and the family rules, they're breaking some rule right now. That might be that. Getting some of this. Yeah, there's some self-assassination going on. Yeah, definitely some self-destructive behavior. So again, these are the challenges of, are you dealing with a person that is healing, or are you dealing with a person that is just touching on the first time of recovery, like real recovery, the struggle or the pain and the shedding and the tearing off of the Band-Aids that they're going to have to go through. And that's completely a grab bag of whether or not any of that, if they're going to be strong enough to make that journey. And you can't wait in the 7 levels of Dante's hell for somebody to decide they're going to let something go. You are not important enough. Some of you are dealing with people in addiction. Remember, you are not as important to that person as what it is they need to go and get. Whether that's a sexual relationship or a substance. Admit to yourself that to this person, you are not as important. They're just not, whether it's your parent, that's the hardest one, but if it's your parent or a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a family member or just a stranger, nobody is going to save themselves out of that for you. They're going to do it for themselves. But you are not powerful enough you were just not attractive enough. They're not into you enough. This thing, you can't compete. Trying to find some harmony and stuff. So I excel at most everything I do was on its head. This is about recognizing your limitations here you're being called to. Don't self-emulate out of family obligations here. There's combat here with pure agape love. Pick your battles is what I started to say, but then this big love energy. So this could be a lot of tough love. You're going through a lot of tough love with someone that is using. Yeah, and as I've counseled people before, if you are using and you are destroying the lives of the people that you love, pick your ass up and go the fuck away. Go use, go do, go destroy, but do it way the hell away and leave these people behind, cut your ties, and don't ever come back. If you love them at all, don't ever come back. The only other option is clean yourself up and get it right. But if you think you are ever going to go back into that, go the fuck away and don't ever come back. Because the pain that you put your people through, every time you give them hope that you don't even believe in. 4444 on the clock. This is a harsh picture for some of you that are in my tribe having to deal with what do you do because you're a good person and you don't want to give up. But if somebody is clinging to their hell, honey, how long are you going to burn your fingers? How long are you going to burn your fingers? Stop keeping other people's secrets. Stop keeping other people's secrets. Keeping other people's secrets is what's going to keep you in a dangerous place with somebody that don't want to release their hell. And they want you to be there, and they know it's going to burn you alive. They know it'll burn you right up. But if they can have some company, there's some big spirit warrior energy coming in with Aries. Being called to another something, Aries. I'm being called specifically to tone it down. Aries got on the war horse. If you are a member of my tribe that is dealing with that and your person ghosts you and they go away, honey, let them go. They're doing you a favor. They are doing you the favor. This is what's happening on the other side when people say they're doing you a favor. You're not leaving it up to fate and just telling yourself this. This person knows that they cannot be a good thing in your life, and they love you enough through the distortion of all of their desire for whatever it is that's got them. That's the grace in that, is that it does take them far enough away. It'd be nice if they'd tell you what the fuck was up before they'd leave. Hey, okay, I'm going away forever and ever. I don't think I can deal. Okay, great. Cool. Thanks for telling me. That's the part about don't ever come back. Let's get out of that energy. Because we don't want to feed into that victim mentality that comes along with substance abuse. How can you rise above the competition and succeed? We definitely have a competition here with the Five of Swords. With the Five of Swords. There is a sense of someone wants you to fight them to prove that they can still, like that's their love language. They don't want you to give up, but they're feeling this change coming. We've got, the Nine of Wands. This sense of they want to fight, but you're a ghost to them. They feel these cycles of change coming. They feel so lost. And they can't come with you. If they could come with you, this wouldn't be hard for them. They don't have any kind of bearing there at all. They don't know how to be. They can't be. They might have told you that they can't be there without you. There's a lot of manipulation here. Lack of progress and delays with dishonesty, manipulation. Someone's trying to hold you up with promises of a new beginning that doesn't apply. Sorry, y'all, I'm not dirty. I just cooked a bunch of biscuits. I got biscuits all over my shirt. That dough is stuck to my sweater. They're going to play on memories, but they're still not going to come across with, instead of future faking, they're relying on nostalgia. And they're still not going to follow through in the same way they wouldn't follow through in future faking. So what do we have here? Exploration, creativity, enthusiasm. on top of your secrets. So we've got the Page of Wands here, coming in with some new prospects. Oh, here's your deal making again. All of this distraction, and every time we come into a new week, there's a new proposition, a new something out there that makes you think, well, if I did this, then they'd have to, or someone that comes, thought forms that come into your head about making compromises, or this people offering to fix it. Fine, I'll do this. Don't say, okay, great, deal. No, that's no deal. There's no deal. No deals, no concessions. If people want to offer you something before April 2nd, take their offering. Let them lie to you. Let them fail to follow through, but it is not conditional at all. This is a season of giving and receiving gifts. But make no commitments, make no compromises. Take no debts. Take no debts. Create no karmic debt. You are passing through a gateway right now. So don't accumulate any spiritual lint while you're passing through, or you'll get stuck here. You'll have to process. It's trying to pick apart your ability to hierophant. This is the big hindrance. And it's trying to do that by throwing you off your intuition, throwing you off, trapping you up in legalese, the fine print. But if you just stick to one simple, make no deals till Lent is over, till April 2nd. April 2nd is the end. So don't make any deals until the 3rd. Make no commitments. How you get around that? By still processing your life. Stay in the present moment. Don't make any promises. Don't tell people you're going to do something you don't know if you're going to do, because then you're a liar. You've just sinned. Wrap the culture of your life around the present moment. Let's see. What else are we doing? All right. Gosh, look at this full room. I'm just going to catch up here. Thank you for your positive words, Jody. We share all of our experiences, even that, giving it away. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't, I'm not feeling what your experience was when you have to share what you're sharing. That's the beauty of confessional therapy, talking therapy. You just need someone to bear witness. You just need to be believed. And the chemical stuff that happens in your body when you are believed, when you can just get somebody to just bear witness. So many traditions are based on that. So many. It's so curative. If you don't have the right person to talk to, don't stop looking. You haven't met. You haven't run into the right therapist or the right age group or the right experience, the life experience or the life reference, the cultural background and knowledge. There's so much of it that you need to find some common ground first to not have to try to define and explain and translate and build a language first. All right. Woo, what a read. What a read. I'm so glad everybody's here today. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Look, hit that subscribe button and join the chat. Let me know where you're from. I'm going to start taking some questions here. We're just reaching the top of the hour. So I'm not going to tell you how many questions I'm going to take, but if you get to ask a question, just ease back and let somebody else join the room and ask their question as well. Please don't get spicy in the room. Let's see. Colleen and Jody, you just holding it down over here. Hi, Jenny Glass. I hope you're still here. Brett Wilson. So if you're just joining the chat, hit those little emojis down here. Give me some hundo. Give me some love. Show me some sparkles. That helps the channel and the number of hours that you watch. And that's our next benchmark. We're about a third of the way there. And then we can just start doing memberships and you can enjoy the features of super chats. Until then, you can send your financial contributions to Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot. And I'm only on YouTube, so don't send your money anywhere else. What else? You'll look great. You smell great from here. I'm so glad you're here. Put your question in the chat, and let's get a few questions answered. You may collective. You're going to be having some dark Virgo energy shooting at you in the next 24 to 48 hours. It's going to not be a total obliteration. It's not. It was intended to be a total obliteration for you. But if you see now here, you can see this. What was Virgo on its head, dark Virgo in the next 24 hours was supposed to be obliteration, but failed because failed crossroads deal. And somebody ought to call the cops, right? But nothing actually happened. But when you flip it on its head, what is Virgo's reality? Now they're dealing with a PI that's working something else, going to crack down on them in the next 30 days for total obliteration that is going to pass through payment for a crossroads deal, pass through. They're going to be caught up in some dark underground over the next 30 days that is going to be their total obliteration. Not just your, oh, we're going to call the cops on you. It's gotten turned back to them, and it's coming in sevenfold. Oh, Stacy, I think I just answered your question. That was totally you when you came in the room. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, let them just, that's all you got to do, girl. I'm going to claim my time. Let's get another question in the room. Who else is here? If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat and ask your question now. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. We're tuning into your cosmic frequency to find out what's in, what's out, what's up, and how to avoid and stay ahead of the trials of your spirit warfare. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much for the love. Spiritual court is in session, apparently. It's important to remember when we have these major events in our life, when control is literally taken from our hands, that these big sweeping movements that involve so much of your destiny and so much of your feeling aren't just happening in the corporeal world. This is the hard knock physical cookie manifestation of what's happening in spiritual court right now. And then you need to center yourself in spiritual righteousness, center yourself in your prayer and submission to your humility, to your fate, and ask for protection. It's there for you. Just Archangel Michael, bring your protection down over us right now for Stacy coming into court on Thursday. Let me help you, girl. Let me help you. We ask for protection down over Stacy as she goes into her trials this week. Don't let them gaslight her. Don't let them bait her into minor wins just to expose her for gloating in front of a judge. That would damage her character, damage her representation, That it is a shame that she wouldn't be able to enjoy a righteous win, but let her stay in a state of grace so that they see that her righteousness is worthy. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for joining. Oh, I'm gonna cry on the YouTube. I've got tingles all over me, girlfriend. Oh, that's gonna bring us to a close, I think. We just had a wonderful move there. Colleen, let's see. Pisces, you're in your birthday right now. February the 19th, you just had one. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. The best of luck to everyone this coming week. We'll be back up. Let's see. I got myself a nice little salmon bake that's just cooling in the other room. And we'll see if I don't jump back on here and have some more time with us. I'll pick another theme here and we'll go on. We might do some 5-card quickie reads. And I think that's what we'll do. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm coming back up this afternoon. And we'll enjoy some time together getting some like 5-card fast reads and maybe some 1-card throwaway stud stuff. We'll get some direct questions answered for you, and we'll do it nice rapid fire fashion and get everybody covered. I'm CC with Angel Radio Tarot. It's been a pleasure having you here today. Join me again soon. Hit the notification bell. Take care. There we go. Back it up.